Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah,
Um,
thank God everybody can
my
hear me.
Spotify music is not playing in the background, right?
No, 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 no. But I would reckon you should not play it.
Hello?
By the way, we are live.
Oh my fuck! I mean, oh my god! No F words here. What is the age restriction for this? Wait.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session of the poker. Today we have sort of like we call Fan Frenzy, where we have a lot of people here with vast knowledge on a lot of things, and we are going to have extensive discussion based on some particular topics that we have listed out already. If you're just joining, kindly share this to a lot of people, and so that we can have a lot of people in. You get, and as well, don't forget to leave comments because all of those are going to be things that we'll be discussing and whatnot. So with me today, I have Zypher. I'm sure we already know who Zypher is. He's the powerhouse of the poker. And I have Cloak. I have Do. I don't know if it's called Dozie or Dozy, but anyways, I'm just gonna say Dozy. Then there's Mr. Sinister. I don't know why we have a Mr. Sinister here, but anyways, I hope he doesn't get all crazy with Mr. Sinister. That's a dry joke, by the way. But anyways, let's move on to the interesting thing. I would allow each one of them to introduce themselves just briefly, starting with Zypher. Oh, sorry, can Mr. Sinister go ahead with the introduction?
Hi. So I'm Mr. Sinister, everyone, and I'm really excited to be here. And yes, I can't wait to get Sinister with all of you. Pause.
Anyways, the next person, please.
Okay,
Not
I'm
me.
Panda.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead, Izzy.
Okay, that's my name is Jose. That's not a nickname. That's my God-given name. So don't call me Jose, please. I don't find that funny. And also, I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here, and like I'm looking forward to the episode. So let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Wale, but just Cloak is fine. I don't know. Saying Wale out loud on the internet always feels so weird. So Cloak is fine. I've been panicking about being here for the past few hours now. So wish me luck, I
no,
guess.
yeah, no reason to panic. No reason to panic.
That's what they all
Anyways, I
say.
think
I've not forgotten the prisoners at the back of your room that time. In that voice note, we remember their voices. We heard their
Guys,
names.
those guys were screaming. Those guys were screaming.
anyways, we have Panda with us here as well, so he should give us a brief introduction about himself.
Okay, I'm Panda. I like that I got a special introduction. I like that I also surprised the people, broke your expectations. Here I am. I'm happy to be here. I look forward to having this
That's
conversation.
yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Anyways, okay, so Zypher,
You called my name.
yes, sir, yes, sir. So just sort of like give us a brief introduction. We all know who you are originally, but as per your already century now.
Fair enough. Haha, nice. I'm Zypher. I'm a member of the poker, obviously. I'm co-hosting with Dapo here. So nice to have everyone on this podcast with us. We have a fun event planned, and we'll also start this as sort of a weekly series. So expect more of this. Thank you.
Yeah, you see, that's why I said it's the powerhouse of the poker because I actually did forgot to say all of those. So, but anyways, I'm the guy with the microphone. So, well, anyways, so let's get into it. Zafra, can you like give us like a brief explanation of everything that we are going to do?
All right, so like starting off, this just every Saturday or so, every other Saturday, we'll be having our podcast. We'll be discussing different topics that are relevant from the week before, so it will be sort of a recap, sort of a discussion. And for this week, we have a bunch of interesting topics. So we'll be talking about the boys season four, from the finale to other things within the season that we liked, how much it compared to previous seasons, just things like that. We'll also be talking about Captain America 4. The trailer just dropped last week, Friday. It's been slightly over a week, but like it's still important enough for us to discuss it. What did we like? What do we think? Theories and things like that. Deadpool 3 next week Friday comes out. So expectations, how do we feel about it? Are we going to watch it? Which should be a general yes, and some other fun trivia things here and there that I'll be running through.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Sentry, for that. So I would say we should start with the boys. I mean, obviously, that's what is kind of odd for this week. The finale was really awesome, and there were a lot of things that I did not expect. Basically, just happened, and the fact that they had to call that disclaimer because of the 50 cent stunt that was pulled on you. I don't want to mention it, for obvious reasons. So they had to like put a disclaimer out there that anything that happens in the series itself, that it doesn't have anything to do with what actually happened in the actual world. Like the coincidence is actually quite interesting. So like I would start with Panda. What do you think basically about the boys, since it's ended now? We're waiting for like the last season, which is supposed to come out 2026, which I feel like is too far in my own opinion, because for what I saw in the finale, I just want to see what is going to happen next. So from Panda, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you. Well, firstly, the Homelander escapade together with Sage was, I would say, I liked the way it played out. I like the way they were able to adapt the comic version of Homelander, taking over the presidency. It made it a bit realistic. And then the poster for the final season was so reminiscent of Butcher going to the White House to fight Homelander after he became president, so to speak. So I guess that would be a nice thing to see in the final season. But also, they kind of reminded us of the fact that Homelander was getting weakened, I guess, since he was losing his hair. So I like to see how that will play out because we don't get enough information about what's happening with that in this season. I look forward to seeing how that will play out. And I guess they set up a lot for each of the individual characters, from Kimiko saying her first words to Starlight seeming a lot more powerful with her newfound powers, and even Frenchie and what's this guy's name again? But basically, they did set
Huey.
up a lot for the, yes, exactly, Huey. Thank you. They did set up a lot for the final season, and I'd like to see how this character acts play out going forward. And I just want to point out, if anybody has any information on the plans for Gen V, whether they plan to, merge both shows with the characters being in season five, I'm wondering that.
Yeah, I would assume that that's what they have in plan to do originally, but I'm not sure how they are going to go forward with that, given that one of the important characters in Gen V, the actor, died recently. So I don't think there has been any news concerning how they are going to move forward with that.
The general idea for Gen V is it's meant to be sort of each Gen V season is meant to be a point five for a The Boys season. So Gen V season two is supposed to pick off after The Boys season four, and just touch on some of the things because we did see Sam and the mind controlling girl in the finale of season four. So ideally, it's meant to pick up from there and sort of just continue that plot line, and then The Boys season five will round it up. But we'll see how they end up running it.
Yeah, that makes much more sense. But basically, what about the character, the actor that died? Someone
Oh
from the
yeah,
comment
you're
section
right
is
on
saying that
that.
they will probably recast the character
Yeah,
temporarily
they've
for
not
that
yet told us
particular character.
anything solid on that. Yeah, you're right on that.
It's actually quite
Okay,
sad. The guy looks promising.
I also want to add something. I had heard in news that The Boys season 5 is most likely to come out in 2025. No, sorry, 2026. They
Yes,
are going to begin
2026.
filming ending of this year. So it seems like next year it's open, making it seem like Gen V season 2 possibly next year. But I guess we'll
Yeah.
see.
Well, I guess we'll see that. I guess we'll see that. One more thing I would like to touch on that is the fact that Soldier Boy is sort of like kept somewhere, and I want to see how that is going to play out. Although, if we are comparing the version of Soldier Boy that we've seen in the comic, it's quite interesting that that's not what they are going with. I once raised this issue. Well, it's not an issue per se. I once raised this on the group chat when I think when the previous season of The Boys came out, not the current one that we just finished, like the previous one. I once raised it that Soldier Boy is supposed to be like uh, someone that doesn't have like confidence, like he normally pee himself and the likes. Um, so I don't know the fact that they brought like a stronger version of Soldier Boy. Is it like he? Because I haven't gone so far with the comic. I will assume Panda have done something similar to that. Is there like a particular part in the comic where Soldier Boy had to like fight Homelander? Since Homelander is going to be the president now, or basically is already the president, like, and he basically has like Soldier Boy kept somewhere. Is Are we going to see like something we saw in the previous season where Soldier Boy and Butcher they kind of like teamed up against Homelander? Is there something similar in the comics?
Okay, well, first in the comics, like you mentioned, Soldier Boy was completely different from what you see in the show. But what the part I think they plan to toe with Soldier Boy is the Black Noir part. In the comics, it was revealed that Black Noir is a clone of Homelander, and they fought sometime in the White House right before Butcher showed up to kill Homelander. So that's in the comics. Now in the show, we know Black Noir is not a clone of Homelander as we had predicted previously. So I think they might be using Soldier Boy to fill in that part. But the thing though is that's what I thought previously. But with Homelander finding Soldier Boy there in that secret bunker, knowing Homelander's character arc so far, I do not think he plans to release Soldier Boy. Something tells me I am predicting that he would try to kill Soldier Boy or choose to leave him there for the time being. Or maybe in a search for love decides to release his father because Soldier Boy is his father in the show. Maybe. But my bet is on him actually trying to kill him instead while he's in cryo sleep.
Okay. That seems fair. Anybody else has any other take on the boys?
Um, Basically, I personally absolutely adored that ending, but then I did gore was beautiful, so maybe I'm just extremely biased. But I think everything was fine. I think I saw complaints later that they thought the Homelander being a little wimp at the end and sitting and hugging his legs in his room made him look weak and all that. That he should have just stormed the White House and taken it by himself, like he did at the end of the comics. But um, first of all, they have obviously shown that they have completely debated for whatever the comics are doing. And second of all, what if Homelander did that? What would season 5 be about? Like his breakdown makes sense here. If he had decided to just storm the capital, then season 5 is that's all that final descent into madness for Homelander is supposed to come up in that season 5 where all the pretense to be thrown off and to be straight up hands. And that's not I don't think that can happen yet. Obviously that could not happen yet because of season 5 has to happen. If the ending was season 4, then it would have made more sense for him to do that. But since that's not how it's going, I think it ended well enough. Victoria's death was very much unexpected. That was very shocking, and I was just beginning to like her. So like now, every single thing that happened, all the twists and the turn, I personally think they ended it on the high note. I think they ended it on the high note. I think I don't really have anything extra to say other than I thoroughly enjoyed every moment I spent watching it. Except not to take into account the way the power system is now, because obviously we don't know who is stronger than who exactly anymore. We just know Sumana is on the top. We don't know. where Butcher even stands. It's okay. Like we discussed with Cypher on the group that day. Yeah, that one is an issue. I agree. But I've always told myself that the boys is just it's almost like a political drama with superpowers. If you start looking at it like a superpower show with politics in it, I'm more like a political
So
drama
we
with
should look at
superpowers.
it from the perspective,
That that you are watching a
even
drama.
though even though the show themselves, they kind of like send that disclaimer that they should like separate the politics from the show. It's just all fictional.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know, man. I personally think it's a political drama.
Yeah.
I would probably won't watch a normal political drama because I'll probably die of boredom. Because this one has superpowers and my monkey brain is flashing in the background, so I can stand it. But I personally feel like it's more a political drama than a superhero show, which is
I
fine.
see, I
But
see.
like it makes it easier for me to ignore whatever power inconsistencies out there and all those other kind of stuff that might put some people off. So personally, I think he ended on
Yeah.
a high note. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Thank
Uh,
you, Quadri.
Interesting. Interesting. It seems like Cloak has a lot of fans actually, because someone here has been shouting that they love Cloak. Uh, well, anyways,
It
I
come well. It's
Don't worry,
fandom. Don't
don't
mind
worry,
me.
don't worry. I've seen his biggest hitter. I've seen his biggest hitter. If you like, you should have 2 million fans. As far as I'm
anyways,
alive.
I don't want us to waste too much time on the boys, because if we decide to just talk about the boys, we can like keep going for a long time, and we still have a lot of other things to touch on. So we are going to move into the Captain America, the Brave New World. Although New World Order would have been much more interesting as a title.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Brave New World sounds very good.
Definitely. I feel like a political.
Who is speaking between the two of you?
Go ahead.
Can't even hear
I
either
said
one of
that I
them.
feel like the.
Okay, I think it's
Hello, can you
Sinister.
hear me?
Yes, 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 we can. I mean, this is one of the downsides of being in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
I swear, bro. Well, I guess we make do with what we have. But yeah, Brave New World sounds like a teenage boy exploring, teenage girl exploring, some kind of puberty or something. I mean, you hear the phrase New World Order, and I'm like, okay, yes, this is something serious. Because Captain America is ideally a superhero about politics, because most of the villains that he deals with, take for example, Baron Zemo or Red Skull, they're like political dudes. There's the Red Skull is like the Nazis. Then Baron Zemo is, I guess, I don't know, Soviet Union type something. But yeah, New World Order would have been like a much better title. But then I don't know. I guess maybe it sounds very Chinese, very socialist or, yeah. So that's definitely some
Anyways,
bullshit and they are on.
yeah. Anyways, I think we should move away from the title for a bit, because I think I can say that almost everybody agree with the fact that New World Order would have been much more better compared to the Brave New World. But then again, it's Disney. Who knows? Maybe it's because maybe they are just trying out something. So maybe that's what they are trying to do. But anyways, let's move past that. We have to talk about all the things we've seen um in the trailer. There's this particular actor. I'm not sure if I know his name, but he's also in The Boys. He's the guy. He's like a father to. Um, I don't know the
Giancarlo
actor's name.
Esposito,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know the character that man is actually
that's his
playing, because I've tried to
name.
do some. Huh? What did you say, Sinister?
I just said that his name is Giancarlo Esposito. It seems like there's a delay in the audio because I said that like 7 seconds ago.
Another downside of being in Nigeria. Anyways, like I said, I don't know the character that the man is actually playing, which is um, quite disturbing. Because normally, I mean, I can remember, Cypher, like years back, once we see a trailer, we can guess some characters by just looking at them, and we just do some research and check out who this character is. You understand? Like maybe someone from the comics or animation or something. But this one seem a bit different, and for a while I've not been able to like pinpoint who the character is. I don't know. Does Dozier Panda anybody? I don't know if you guys know who that character is. He's kind of like disturbing me.
You
no
know, funny
official.
enough, if I go on my Twitter, I'm probably able to figure it out. So right now, I have no idea.
So
Actually, there's
nobody
no
Can you
has
hear
official
me?
any
word
idea
on
who's.
it.
There's no official.
There's no
Yeah,
official
yeah.
word on it. They are just
You
speculations.
know,
Every single person has their own guesses. I feel like
you
we're not
know.
going to find out till we get more trailers on that because we are all just
Well,
guessing at
maybe.
this point.
Well, maybe.
I
But normally,
my
this is
okay.
that we used to be able to do before. They drop a trailer and you look at the character and you can see some signs. Then you go online or you look at some comics that you've read before and be like, oh, this is this character. You understand? But this one seem a bit well, maybe because it's Captain America and most of the characters in Captain America they don't normally stick to a particular uniform. You get
I think in this case they just did not bother to give him a comic accurate suit. So with
maybe
that we can't pinpoint it. And no one ever called his name throughout the trailer. No
yes.
one mentioned him. So we have nothing to use. Unlike before, where we have something, we have a little backstory or some information, but here we have nothing at all. In short, the rumors of his casting came out of nowhere, and now he's being played like he's the main villain, even though that is not what was announced when this movie was announced. So they're trying
You
to
know,
keep us in the dark.
unless it's something like Civil War when we saw the first teaser for Civil War, and everybody assumed that Crossbone was going to be like one big bad in Civil War, and apparently the guy lasted just probably two three scenes. I mean, the first few scenes, and that was it in Civil War. So it could be something similar to that.
My thoughts on it is either his character in the comics has not had more than 10 lines ever said in all of comic book history, or the design for the character is completely different from the comics because no one has any idea who the hell that nigga is. Once the trailer dropped, everyone was saying he's Washington. I don't know who the fuck Washington is till now. So I think that's just what's happening. Either the design is completely different from how it is in the comics, or they've picked an obscure character from the comics and decided to roll with him.
At first when you were Washington, I was thinking you mean Denzel.
I wish.
Well, okay, moving on. What's your thoughts on the trailer as a whole? Did it reveal enough for us to like give much more theories, or is this something that we have to like see much more things in it?
A couple of the things that Panda and I spoke about concerning Captain America 4 seem to be coming to light more with this trailer because we've seen our first look at Tiamat, is it right? The dead celestial, and it seems to be tying more. I'll allow Panda to speak more on this, but it seems to be tying more to the American government looking for vibranium to try and weaponize it, and just them trying to create their own superheroes as a whole. So it's seeming like they meet up with Sam Wilson, they ask him to form his own team, he says no, and then they decide to form their own. That's how we come across Red Hulk. That's how we eventually get the Thunderbolt, and it might tie into the plot for Vibranium, which I'll allow Panda to talk a bit about.
Okay. So firstly, I'd like to say something. You asked the question whether they reviewed enough. I would say they reviewed
Yes.
so little with this trailer because everything we've heard, the leader, multiple Hulks, apart from Red Hulk, we saw in the trailer, multiple Hulks, Hulk villains. Just even the Celestial was just a blink and you miss it scene. They tried to keep everything to a minimum. All we know is Captain America, the new Captain America, Sam Wilson, is fighting some rogue agents, and the Red Hulk shows up as the president. But anyway, yes. As Cypher said, most of the stuff we've been hearing about, the trailer did confirm it. So it seems the government is going after vibranium or whatever the Celestia is made out of. It seems to be vibranium, or some rumors are actually saying adamantium. which would be tying it to X-Men, and maybe even Deadpool and Wolverine, which is coming out in literally a week. And he released the trailer like 2 weeks before it, so maybe there is some connection there. But I feel
You
like
know,
everything is all connected. Okay.
if you actually look at, for example, check the comment section. Someone named Ibrahim Adesina just asked, who go fight Red Hawk? Because I thought about it as well. Because when I saw showing up at the end of the trailer, Red Hawk just like he parried the shield. And if Red Hawk is fighting Sam Wilson, from what we can remember, Sam Wilson is just human. Hope everybody remember that Sam Wilson is just human. He might actually be Captain America, but he's not Steve Rogers, and neither is he Bucky Barnes, neither is he any part of this flag. So because the super soldier serum, so makes one wonder that who is fighting Red Hawk actually, and how is Sam Wilson actually going to fight all these people? I was looking at it from the
I've said
previous
it
Marvel
before.
movies. It
Honestly,
doesn't even do that much.
Yeah, I've said it before. As Red Hawk threw that shield into the ground, Falcon, Sam Wilson cannot remove that shield, so he's out of that fight. But like Panda mentioned, we're expecting other Hawks in the movie. So ideally, we might get a She-Hulk versus Red Hulk matchup, or a Scar versus Red Hulk, Hulk versus Red Hulk. There are ideally going to be other characters that can take on the Red Hulk, because it's definitely not going to be Sam Wilson.
He's no, but if you look at it, Sam Wilson is the title of the movie is Captain America, Brave New World. Brave New World, Captain America. You understand? Which means the movie is about Captain America. Who is Sam Wilson fighting? If it was Steve Rogers, I could understand. You have to understand. Like, who is Sam Wilson going to? It's not as if they are going to bring Roddy. Roddy will still even deck Sam Wilson inside his Iron Patriot suit. You get so like
Remember, we
who is
spoke
Sam
about
Wilson going to
Giancarlo's
fight?
character. He was using knives and guns. That feels perfectly in line with what Falcon can handle. Because anybody that has super soldier serum is done for.
Okay. Well, but like
And also, I
Panda
want to
said,
add, if you remember from the trailer,
yeah. Go ahead.
okay, from the trailer, we saw this guy, what's his name again? Isaiah Bradley show up, and he seems to go rogue because he attacked the president. So it seems they're all that super soldiers there also. I also want to point out, if you remember from Incredible Hulk movie, the Hulk serum, or whatever created Hulk, came about from the super soldier serum. Same thing that led to the
Yeah.
abomination, same thing that partially led to the leader coming about. And the leader is also going to be in this movie. So I feel like super soldiers
Anyways,
is
hold
somehow
on,
going to be connected to
Panda,
Hulk.
Panda.
Okay.
If everything you are about to say and everything you are saying is for the sake of Sam, you are not helping his case. I'm just pointing it out.
Okay. I was just thinking, Sam, by the way, let's keep in mind he gets an upgrade. He already has his vibranium wings, and we hear that he's getting a vibranium suit. So maybe it will put him on par with some super soldiers. And then the Hawks will be like side characters. Maybe like what we got with Captain America Civil War. We get a side battle somewhere.
Okay, a vibranium suit that doesn't cover his head, where they can easily just give him one perfect shot.
Actually, funny enough, if you check out the flying scene, where he flew through the plane, his suit actually covers his head. Like he got a new suit that actually covers his full body, head to toe. So maybe he actually could stand a chance in a fight against the other super soldiers. It's just unfortunate that he's the only person in his movie that does not have a super soldier serum.
When it comes to a movie about super soldiers,
I also want to point out, I find it funny that he had the helmet.
hey Nigeria, oh, well, feel like we lost Panda there for a second, and for a while now we've lost Dozie, which is quite painful. Anyways, um, people are actually
Yeah,
very
can you
funny.
hear me? I'm here. I'm back.
People actually they are being
Wow.
funny in the comment section actually. Well, anyways, we are basically a week away from getting to see Deadpool and Wolverine together. I mean, perfectly, like properly in their comic accurate suit. And this
Like,
is
bro,
like a matchup that I would say most of us we've been waiting for a while. Even Deadpool himself has been waiting for that sort of matchup, and this is something that I'm actually really excited for, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I know I have to see this movie. I have to see this movie when it comes out, but I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. But I know that the God I'm serving is going to find one way. Okay, or I'm going to find one way, and the God I'm serving is going to help me. But one way or the other, I'm going to go and see that movie because this might be the last time we'll get to see Batman as Wolverine at all. And basically, we all know. I mean, obviously, from the trailer, we all know that it is not the version of the Wolverine that actually in the Logan movie. This is another Wolverine from a different world, from a different universe. You know, we are in the multiverse now, so it's much more interesting. And someone said Marvel is back when it comes to, well, I don't want to push our luck, but Deadpool is something that we should actually be excited for in the midst of all these mid movies, yeah, quote and unquote. Please don't clip me, quote and unquote, mid movies that Marvel has been giving us for a while. So it would be nice if Zypher would be around so that we can go and see it together. I mean, there isn't that much fun people here that I can go and watch movies with anymore. I hope they can't see this. But anyways,
All of
let's talk about
Ilorin.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Let's talk about Deadpool versus Wolverine, or rather Deadpool X Wolverine. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Ironically enough, I've not heard anything from Ibrahim about Deadpool and Wolverine, so I actually want him to actually tell me his thoughts on like all of it.
well, I mean, I do, at least based on the last trailer that we saw, I like the fact that they made a callback to all of Hugh Jackman's previous movies because he was like the Wolverine of my world, like he was the hero. You know, they showed all his movies. He was the X-Man, literally. And um, Deadpool being serious, like not wanting his people to die, or I mean, whatever threat is, coming after them. That was really good to see, and I'm really excited to see how like this Wolverine from another universe is going to step up, and also the suit looks good because like I was actually worried about how like a yellow and blue suit, really come, but everything looks good honestly, and I'm also really excited for his fight with Sabretooth. I mean, they are literally like the same person in a way, like similar powers. So yeah, can't wait.
Similar powers. Well, yes, but like it's much more of a rematch. I mean, we've seen them fight in the first X-Men movie. We've seen a bit of
X-Men
it
Origins
in, I think,
Wolverine.
Wolverine Origins. Yes, the first Wolverine Origins, and as well the first X-Men movie. So, but it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's actually nice. I'm actually really excited for it. The movie is basically filled with a lot of Easter eggs. I mean, there is a giant
The
man
TVA
head. I hope
aspect.
he's I hope his Hank Pym's I hope his Hank Pym's head, not not
Then
There's
there's the
actually an
TVA
interesting
stuff.
theory. Based on the Wolverine and Sabretooth this thing, I'm not sure if anyone else or even Panda has come across it, but I know he has something similar in mind. So the idea is in that scene where Deadpool was like, people have been waiting for this fight. We have to make it proper and all of that. And then Wolverine charges in to fight Sabretooth. Someone theorized that the audio was not from that actual fight, that it's possibly from Wolverine versus the Hulk. And Panda and I were talking about this because there have been some theories lying around for some reason that we're going to get the Hulk in Deadpool and the Wolverine. And there's also a supporting theory that if you check the trailer, you see that in certain scenes, Wolverine has his arm sleeves on, and then in other scenes, he has his arm sleeves off. So there's a theory that he gets his arms ripped off, and that's when he gets rid of the sleeves, because obviously you get the sleeves with the arms. And then when they regrow, he now has no sleeves. So Panda, like, how do you feel Hulk fits into all of this? Like, do you think we're actually going to get
No,
the Wolverine
you know,
versus the Hulk
originally,
fight?
sorry, originally, yeah, I just thought, oh, maybe the weather was a bit hot, and it was like, let me just get rid of
Well, I was about to state the exact same thing because I mean, who has been waiting for a Wolverine versus Sabretooth? Definitely not me.
Exactly.
I've never
exactly.
thought of that.
You know that when when Sinister was talking about it, I had to like bring him back that we've already seen that before. So it will make sense
I
if we
swear,
see
twice even.
different fights. We see exactly. So it will make sense if we see different fights.
And keep in mind, it's a core part of Wolverine. His first appearance was usually against Hulk. And I think Wolverine in comics has fought Hulk about 5, 6 times. So it only makes sense that his first appearance in the MCU, we get to see him
Yeah.
fight Hulk at least. And seeing the amount of cameos we are expecting and the rumors we've been hearing from every possible past movie. I mean, it's very possible we might get maybe Edward Norton Hulk or even the
Oh
Hulk before
goddamn!
them.
Don't give me hope.
No, please don't do that. It's the hope that kills. Actually, it's the hope that kills.
I
Although
swear,
me,
guy.
I was thinking that if I thought we are going to get Hulk, I would prefer like getting the version of Hulk from Age of Ultron, the Avengers movie, Thor Ragnarok. I don't want that smart Hulk to be fighting Wolverine. It's going to be a
No,
boring fight
definitely
because
not.
that one is going to that one
Yeah.
will try to use talk no jutsu instead of like
That's
punching
why
each
Edward
other.
Norton's Knock will be so perfect. Like the Hulk that fought Abomination will be too perfect.
Yes, it would be actually really, it would be quite interesting. But I think Ed Norton has this pride. That's just me, by the way. I'm not saying that I saw it somewhere. I feel like he has this pride where he's like, I'm not coming back, even though everybody is doing so well.
Yes, they
And
don't have to
The
bring him
good
back.
news is
All
CGI
we need
has
is
gone so
CGI.
far. I
CGI.
swear,
Just,
CGI has gone so far. He can hold
just
his
show us the
pride.
Hulk. Forget the human face. We don't care.
so
I don't want
basically, what
Wolverine
happened
versus
with
Bruce Banner. I want Hulk.
so basically what happened with Sandman in No
I
Way
swear,
Home.
straight up, exactly. There was something that Panda mentioned that actually resonates well with me. The fact that they are showing these many cameos in the trailers, like we've seen X-23, we've seen most of the X-Men characters, we've seen Toad, we've seen the Devilish Nightcrawler, we've seen the other X character, I've forgotten her name, the one that has a sword. Just imagine how many cameos they are keeping secret, because no one will want to show all their cameos up front. So imagine how much more they have in store for us to be able to show us this many. We've seen more cameos in the trailers than we saw in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and that was meant to be the cameo movie. So like, just
No, no,
imagine
no, no,
what they
no.
have in store.
This movie is basically like it's like watching Ready Player One again. You understand? But like a better
Exactly.
version of Ready Player One. Because you get to see a lot of characters. Like, for example, I'm hoping. Well, I hope it doesn't actually really happen. But like, some characters from that Wolverine origins, like Will I Am, you don't necessarily have to get him back to act who he did. But like, some characters from that is quite intricate to the story of Wolverine itself. So they could bring some of those back. We might get to see, although we started seeing some versions of Deadpool. I hope they bring back that version where they stitch these mouths together. That
I have a
abomination
feeling they
version of
will.
Deadpool.
I
So
definitely
we might
believe
get
they
to
will.
see this
Cloak, we've not
copper.
heard from
See
you in like
see
a
this.
while.
I'm
No, no,
here.
before
I'm
Cloak
here.
talks,
The,
before
the
before Cloak
problem
talk,
is
can
that
everybody
I
see
don't
what's
really
on the
have
screen?
on my screen. What's on my screen?
No, no, no. Can everybody see what's on the screen? There's a
Copper
copper here
Hujat.
begging. There's a copper here begging federal government just so you can watch Deadpool. Man.
Oh, I've been listening to you guys since. I don't, to be honest, I don't really have. Maybe this is a bit too pessimistic, but after Wolverine and Deadpool, I'm not that hyped for another Marvel movie. So I'm like, I'm just I will still watch. I'll watch this new Captain America definitely, but I'm not putting my hopes out there yet. Let it come out first. Let me enjoy it and then let me fanboy. So I don't really have any theories or anything. I'm just listening to you guys for now. I'm here. I'm just chilling in the background.
What about
Nice meeting
Deadpool
you,
though?
everybody. Oh no,
I
Deadpool. I am very looking forward to that one very very much. And I don't know, is it going to be another multiversal thing? Because I saw this clip where there were like a lot of Deadpool suits, like a lot of guys, people in Deadpool costumes walking. And I don't know. I hope they don't oversaturate it. Like I know it's supposed to be a cameo field and
hello,
lots of yeah,
brother. The TVA is
sir.
present. We saw
Yes.
Elliot in the trailer. What are you saying? We saw a lot of versions of Loki.
How
We
many
saw a
how
lot
The
of
entire
okay,
trailer
versions
is
of
because of multiverse.
an army
So
of
what do
Deadpool
you
is
think we
Deadpool.
were
here
going to
because of
get? What do
multiverse.
you think we were going to get?
An army of Deadpools. They should chill. Like
But
one
look,
or two or three or four is fine, but like
let
a
me
whole
alleviate your
battalion of
fears.
Deadpool.
Look,
Do you remember the
let me
scene in
just say,
Deadpool 2 where the X-Force all got killed within like 2 minutes?
Oh yes,
bam.
but that is
I was
different.
about to
I
quote that
assure you
exactly.
something similar is going to happen. They are going to get rid of all those Deadpools within 5 minutes on screen. They are definitely not going to be there for long. I assure you
But
of that.
how would they die?
They're in like they're if they're in the time if they're in the place beyond time, it's easy enough now. Alliot is not something you can regenerate from. There are forces beyond life and death.
What just happened? Did everybody just
I
did all
swear everyone
the
just kept quiet at the same
everyone
time.
just
Panda,
kept
you had
quiet?
something you wanted to say?
Okay. So yeah. This is Deadpool. I mean, it's these are just cameos. I don't think these are meant to be main characters. You might be surprised. Maybe some of the Deadpools might be some. Maybe under one max, you just see Hugh Jackman there. That might just be the surprise, and boom, that guy gets killed or something. They're all just there for the fun of it. I don't think there's any oversaturation, except they want to start giving each of these guys backstory and start. I don't think that's what we're headed for.
No,
We know
it's,
in the
it's just one movie. How am I going to give them like backstories? I will not even heard of it.
exactly. I mean, think of Loki for example, right? Loki, season one, episode 5, when they went into that time, what they call it again? That place, Deadpool and Wolverine are currently where
Yeah,
Alliot
that's
is.
the end of the end of time.
Exactly, the end of time. When they were there, we got a lot of cameos. We got Kid Loki, we got Classic Loki, we got Alligator Loki. There were just multiple cameos
Exactly.
in just one episode. So the similar thing we're getting here. They are in the end of time where a lot of people have been erased from their universe, and you're just going to see them here in the background. And I think that's just what we're getting. It's just meant to be a fun movie for each and everyone.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be a fun movie. One thing I just actually
Dapo.
want to ask.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, no.
No, no,
Okay,
no. Finish, finish,
should I?
finish.
Okay. One thing I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
ask is, we are hoping to see like um a Orc versus
Wolverine.
Wolverine. You understand? And I just want to point out something that I think Panda mentioned when we were talking about Captain America. He said something about probably maybe the government got their hands on adamantium or something, or was he talking about vibranium, or was it adamantium? Because in a way,
Either.
since Deadpool is like moving around and all these things, and Deadpool is coming out next weekend, and Captain America, Disney World is coming out next year. There might be a way at which adamantium will find its way into the current Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, is there going to be like something that will trigger that in this Deadpool movie, which is going to obviously lead into the Captain America movie? And I'm particular
Yeah.
about the adamantium.
I want to just say something firstly. Kevin Feige, as at yesterday, he said Deadpool movie is very important. If Infinity War is a 9 to the MCU, that is his level of importance, and Endgame is a 10, Deadpool and Wolverine is an 8. That's possibly he might be overhyping it, as he usually does. But if you're to take him seriously, then there is going to be a lot. I mean, mostly multiversal. Maybe we might even see a Kang or something. But it might also tie directly to the next movie, like you mentioned, Adamantium and whatnot. But to be honest, I actually do not expect to see a lot of ties to Captain America because from the stories we've been hearing, the adamantium and vibranium plotline is coming from the celestial that came from Eternals. So that celestial, I don't think it's tied to Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a different plot. But maybe we might get some teases that leads to that. We might, but all I know is that the movie seems to be very important to the entire MCU.
Anyways, yeah. Zypher, you were saying something.
Yeah, and I'll actually sort of address what this person was saying now. There are two things that were in the trailer that were really crazy that I didn't notice on the first watch. But apparently, Elektra, Jennifer Garner's Elektra, was in the trailer, which is just crazy. Like I didn't of all the characters that I've seen so
Sorry,
far.
Jennifer
Oh,
Garner's Electra
yeah, from like the Daredevil
from
movie and then her
from
own
from
movie.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Jesus,
So like now
I missed
thinking
that.
about it, we might even get the Fantastic Four. It was just a bit of her, so like it's easy to miss. But like we can, because like they are going all of Fox, like not just the X-Men Fox. And like, if you remember, the Daredevil movie and Elektra were also Fox properties as well as the
Yes,
Fantastic
yes,
Four. So we could
yes.
actually get the Fantastic Four and other similar characters. But another thing that I also missed, and it's similar to what Hujat mentioned with the sling rings. Apparently, in the trailer, Cassandra Nova had a sling ring that had two Infinity Stones in it, which is crazy to think. Like, I don't even know how
What?
that works.
How? Yeah. What
I
thing?
said, like,
Wait,
I don't even know
wait,
how it
wait.
works that you have a sling ring with Infinity Stones in it. It
This
was the
is
reality
surprising.
stone and the
I
time
did not
stone,
even
There's
know
so
I
this.
think.
much.
It's actually really surprising. Well,
I
I
although
hope
swear,
they
so
don't
like this,
pull. I
I'm
hope they
so
don't pull
excited.
Captain Carter on her though. I hope they
Because
don't
Hey,
pull
behave
the
at
yourself,
Captain
this
Carter
behave
point,
on her.
yourself.
I start missing Canadian movies.
you know, actually thinking about it, if you remember in Loki season 2, there were a lot of Infinity Rings. Sorry, I said rings. Jesus, there are a lot of Infinity Stones lying around in the TVA. So it could be that they picked it up from the TVA. There's probably like a sling ring at the TVA. The TVA basically. I would say the TVA are like fanboys. They do collectibles, so they are collecting a lot of you know they're collecting a lot of
Okay,
things.
Yeah,
So I could assume
yeah,
that they could easily get that from the TVA.
yeah, it's entirely
yes, but
possible. That's how
here's
they
my
travel through dimensions. So yeah, but like yeah, there's a lot of excitement for Deadpool 3 as a whole. So that's nice to see.
here's my
Come on.
question about
Wait,
the TVA and
Helps you
Infinity
travel.
Stones thing. That was from season one, by the way. I think episode one itself. The thing
oh,
is,
was it
in the
episode?
TVA, the Infinity Stones, yeah, episode one, if I remember correctly, because it shot
Mm.
Loki. The Infinity Stones do not work.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And same
Yeah,
applies to the end of time, because we did see an Infinity Gauntlet at the end of time, an empty one at least. Well, there was an
Well,
empty Infinity Gauntlet.
the thing is, they are the TVA, so it will make sense if it doesn't actually work. TVA, it might
Exactly.
actually does work.
So maybe here's
But
what I'm
anyways,
thinking. If she does have Infinity Stones, then she's not using it in the at the end of time. Because if you remember, there was something me and Cypher discussed about. We saw her in a universe getting spaghettified, which was also something that happened in Loki season 2. It's possible maybe she's
yeah,
going through universes, destroying them. But I don't know. There's just a lot to unpack. The movie is
okay.
one week away,
Yeah,
and we barely
yeah,
know
If she's
yeah.
anything
going
about it.
around, if she's going around destroying universes, she should please branch out and Fantastic Universe and please destroy that and destroy everything that is wrong. That is actually one movie that I went to the cinema to watch, and I want to collect my money back. I want my money back.
God damn. Sorry, Ibrahim was
Well,
saying something before we move on from this completely.
okay. Sinister.
No, all I was saying was that so an infinity powered snip ring helps you travel across multiverses or universes.
I
Okay,
have no
that's actually a
idea. I
very
guess they'll
nice
have an
question. Very
explanation.
nice idea.
Yeah. It's
It
just a
may
theory
reduce the
because
power of the
I'll
slavery.
send you guys the picture of it later. Maybe we'll discuss it in our own private time because we're actually slowly running out of time. But like, it's actually a fun thing to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's this one that you want to go and discuss it privately, a lot of people won't be what you are discussing. But if everybody wants to, join in the private discussion, there's going to be a link to our Discord where you'll be able to join in these discussions. Yeah, it will be a link to the Discord because we can't bring you to the WhatsApp yet, not yet. Yeah, so to join the Discord, we are going to leave a link in the discussion. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I've not eaten food yet. In the description for everybody to be able to get it. Anyways, so well, with this, with Wolverine and Deadpool, we can that's something we can actually be excited for Marvel when it comes to Marvel movies and some other things. But let's sort of like move out of like comic based movie and the likes. When we look at this year, when we look at this year from where we are right now, how many good movies are actually out there? This is the question I'm throwing to everybody. You can actually like give your opinions in the comment section as well.
Wait, do
Does
you mean
that
movies that
include
have come out or that will
movies?
come out?
No, no, movies that are out already. In a way, this year, most of the movies that are out are movies that are basically like sequels, prequels, like reboots. Like there's no original movie that is out there. Things like something from the previous movie or like a how do you say this? A spin-off of one original movie, a remake, a sequel, a prequel, all those sort of things. Or you guys
Well,
haven't
I mean,
noticed
there's
that
been
already.
some originals. I mean, look at Damsel.
Interesting. Are you proud of it?
Did you say that was a good movie or a
Damsel
bad
wasn't this
movie?
year. And
Are you proud of
don't bring
yourself?
Damsel up.
They said good movies, and the first thing that came to your mind was Damsel. That's crazy.
Damsel, oh my god.
You have to applaud their traditional gender. They
Sorry, am I the only one that can barely hear him?
I can't
No,
hear
no,
him,
no,
you
no,
know.
no. You're not
You
the
said
only one.
Damsel, and your mic just disconnected. I wonder why.
No, exactly. The mic knows what it's doing.
fair,
How will you measure that?
fair.
But for actual good movies, Dune Part 2 was nice. Hitman. Inside Out has been breaking records in cinemas. Furiosa. So we've actually gotten a couple of good ones. And like things like Monkey Man are originals, similar to what you were saying, with most things just being sequels and spin offs. Um, there have actually been some good movies. A Quiet Place Day One was surprisingly the best out of the three movies, which is strange. So it hasn't been a bad year so far for movies, in my opinion.
Well, we
Actually, it
still
hasn't
have
been a
much
bad
more.
year for us to enjoy movies. But movies are really suffering financially this year. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Sorry. I
Very
don't know what
true.
is going on.
Language.
They have been really suffering financially. Movies you would enjoy, you just hear that they failed, they flopped in the box office. And it's crazy.
Well, what I think that is basically because most of these movies here you can basically assume what will happen next. I never thought I would get tired of like watching some sort of movies these days because when it gets to the third act, you can assume what will happen. Like it feels like they are starting to lack some sort of creativity when it comes to like action packages and some other things you get. Last night I was rewatching Pacific Rim Uprising, and I felt like the first movie was better than the second one. You get because in a way it just felt a bit not like it's not enjoyable. I mean, obviously I still keep rewatching it, but it felt somehow, somehow. But well, movies that are actually doing well, they are doing Furiosa. Furiosa is like Tokwe said. Furiosa is doing A Quiet Place, prequel to A Quiet Place, which is shockingly doing well actually. Well, but then it's a good movie. It's doing well, but movies that you'd expect that they would do well and they just come out and they sort of flop. I mean, financially, I can
Fun
assume why.
fact. Sorry to interrupt. I just didn't want you to go too far from the point. Furiosa was a hit with critics. It did so like critics enjoyed it. It didn't make up to $200 million total. It didn't make it made about 170 million. And I think that's what Panda is trying to point out. A movie that people enjoyed, everyone said they loved watching it, didn't make up to $175 million. I can't remember the last
Interesting.
movie that had a budget under $200 million, and this movie couldn't gross up to 200,
You
which
couldn't.
is crazy.
Jesus, Jesus. Honestly, I didn't know he didn't make up to that movie, up to that amount. If I knew that, because Furious actually a good movie.
Yeah, it's quite shocking actually.
Yeah. But anyways, we are sort of like we are not out of time because we are still here, still exists. And if it seems like time wants to, we just call Doctor Who and we enter the TARDIS and just go. Anyways,
Nerd.
says the other nerd. I so I want to thank everybody for joining. So we don't, we still have other things to do tonight. By the time a lot of people start joining us on the Discord, they will tend to enjoy all other things that we do. There's game night on the, well, rather in the group chat, and we are sort of late for that. So I want to thank everybody for joining. And this is something that is going to be recurring. I will be bringing different interesting people and anybody that feels like they have like really good opinion. Don't come here and be saying that Damsel is a good movie because I don't think that guy is coming back. And he did told us from the beginning that he's going to do something sinister. So if you know
God
you have
damn.
like really, you have like really good opinions, other than coming to say that we would like for you to reach out to us. You can drop a message in the comments, and as well you can send a message to us on the Discord. We'll leave a description to the Discord. You can join the Discord, so we'll be able to like add anybody that has interesting view on different things. So this is a recurring thing, and we'll do it again same time next week. And thank you everybody for joining. And from all of us at the poker, normally say peace out. There was a time Freddie used to say it go be. What do we say now?
GG's.
Oh, GG's.
Boy.